Hi there, you perfectly functioning normal human being. You're probably here since one of your friends has mentioned that he's watching this thing called Puella Magi Attack on One Punch Naruto art online, which you think sounds pretty cool. But upon researching it a bit, you've noticed that it's been surrounded by these strange subset of humans that look weird, talk weird, and dress like it's Halloween every day. Well, have no fears. These are the species commonly known as Otaku, and this is pretty much everything you need to know about them. The origins of otaku date back to the time before Christ. Actually, it's a little known fact that Christ and Buddha were huge otakus themselves, as depicted in the documentary Saint Young Men. Otakus are normally big fans of the entertainment medium anime and manga. It is speculated that otakus initially walked the earth when the first manga were published on ancient cave paintings. Though there are a lot less otaku then, probably because the art was pretty shit. Once a human watches enough anime, this triggers a biological chain reaction that transforms them into an otaku, giving them a natural affinity towards huge eyes, spiky hair, and cute little Asian girls. It is a common misconception that anime originates from the ancient country of Chinaland, owing to its other name, Chinese cartoons. This is in fact inaccurate, as recent studies have shown that the origin of anime is actually linked to a place called Japan, which to our best knowledge is located somewhere around here. There are four main categories of anime that most otakus watch: hentai, 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 and One Piece. While hentai remains to be the most popular and widely known genre worldwide, even to those outside the community, One Piece has been growing steadily since its inception in the Middle Ages, and is expected to continue until the eventual heat death of the universe. Outside of these four, otakus like to categorize themselves by preferential viewing habits. If you've only watched things like Naruto, Sword Art Online, or Attack on Titan for instance, you are referred to as what is known as a casual scrub. While if you've seen Legend of the Galactic Heroes, then you've reached a godlike status and are wise beyond your years, and it is your duty to constantly address how bad every other anime is compared to that. This is commonly known as an elitist. If one otaku does not approve of another's choice of anime preference, it is common for them to express this by remarking, "Your viewing habits are literally comparable to excrements," which approximately translates to "you have shit tastes" for short. This term is also a common way to refer to an otaku's preferences in women, and of course, pornography. If you're interested in what the majority of the community deem as a good anime, then popular sites like My Anime List provide a platform for people to vote on how good they think an anime is. Be sure to look out for any masterpieces close to a score of 10 out of 10, while be wary of any anime close to the lowest possible score anyone can give of 5 out of 10. Usually, it's a rare sight to see an otaku in the wild, as they are normally in a permanent state of hibernation in their rooms. They will, however, traverse the outside world on the odd occasions to attend anime conventions, an event where you are able to see herds of wild otaku congregate to socialize among themselves. While anyone can join, it is highly unadvised to, as it is normal social etiquette to spend no less than your entire life savings over the course of the weekend. Some otakus, however, are masters of disguise and operate in normal society, camouflaging themselves despite being huge fans and wanting to spout out references in normal life. These are the ones you need to be most wary of, however, as you never know the next time you may walk into a supply closet to find them masturbating to tentacle porn. Usual resource gathering and survival works a bit differently in the mind of an otaku. For example, using money to eat and sleep is completely optional based on personal preferences, but spending $700 filling your room up with anime Blu-rays and figurines is considered absolutely fucking normal. Normal fashion sense does not apply to the average otaku, as dressing up comes in all different shapes and sizes, but the general rule of thumb is you have to try your hardest to look as much like an anime character as you can for some amazing results. Or you can just slap on some cat ears, Naruto headband, or a schoolgirl uniform and call it a day. This rule applies to both male and females. Extra points if you're a big burly man following these rules, as you will probably be seen as a fashion god. These guidelines apply to absolutely everyone except Asians, as they automatically look like anime characters. In otaku culture, a life partner is referred to as a waifu, and is normally chosen among the array of characters seen in anime. Polygamy is not uncommon in the culture, as a single character can be waifus to multiple people and everyone can have multiple waifus. But while a subject can have multiple waifus, there can be only one best girl, a title bestowed upon the most prestigious of waifus that any otaku would easily give their life for, a topic that can get so intense that it's been red-marked as a possible catalyst to starting World War III. An important thing to note is that waifus and wives are not the same thing. Wives, or human females in general, are seen as imperfect beings that can be prone to things like bad hair days, STDs, and of course, human emotions, while waifus are the perfect embodiment of a partner aesthetically, emotionally, and occasionally sexually that only exists in the 2D plane, and are thus unattainable to us three-dimensional beings. But don't actually tell any of them that. It is highly advised against getting a wife or girlfriend, as this is seen as a betrayal to your waifu and considered a crime punishable by death. The same also rings true true for husbands and husbandos if you are of the female species, a mythical species that is said to exist in the otaku world, though no concrete evidence has been presented thus far to confirm their existence. Because of this, it is rare for otakus to reproduce with other human beings, and instead otakus multiply by converting perfectly functioning human beings into one of their own in a process called stop being a fucking normie, thus spreading their love for anime exponentially to anyone they can in a process very similar to viral infections. If the act of mating does occur, however, it is standard procedure that both specimens be quarantined for a minimum of 10 years and any child be confiscated in order to be destroyed. There are two main factions of religion that exist, Haruhiism and Madokaism. For centuries, these opposing factions have been warring with one another. One arguing that the almighty omnipotent god is actually a cute high school girl in short skirts, and the other arguing that the almighty omnipotent god is actually a cute high school girl in short skirts. While similar, both sport different traditions. Madoka followers are firm believers in a devil, which is the source of all suffering in the world that only the holy being of Madoka can protect us from. While Haruhiists believe their god is unknowing, and show their support in a ceremony called the Harihara Yukai, which sees a group of followers performing a series of organized spasms like a confused drunk having seizures in a nightclub. The ceremony has since been banned in 27 different countries due to an increased rate of suicide to any onlookers who sees the ceremony attempted. This is not to be confused with the caramel dancing, which is only illegal in the state of Nevada. Every year, millions of otakus make the pilgrimage to Akihabara as it is seen as the promised land in both religions, and for good reason. Upon arrival, any otaku will be greeted with no less than 50 figurines, a choice of 3 maids, and a handjob from Kanahanazawa. Akihabara is responsible for the disappearance of hundreds of otaku every month, who've been rumoured to have transcended the physical plane and reached a permanent state of nirvana. It is said that this is the only place in the world that waifus become real, though this is yet to be confirmed. In conclusion, otakus and the anime community in general may look bizarre to the outside with its own language and culture, but once you get into it, it can be pretty fun. The anime is pretty good and everyone here is actually quite friendly. Just don't be too much of a fucking weirdo, you weirdo.